So, and that too we have seen like now what is the remove unused. This feature we have seen, right? We have seen remove unused. So like now, if there are any variables are unused and there are any arguments or dependencies, imports, screenshot, these are all the options are available. So see, this is one of the very important feature. So whenever you are going to publish a workflow or use case, so you have to check this feature. So that is what like whenever you are attending an interview, so like the interviewer will ask like, so what are all the checklist you follow whenever you are going to publish a publish the process into the orchestrator or whenever you are so this is the one one of the feature you have to be, and one more is workflow analyzer. Okay, we have seen, right? So in the workflow analyzer, what and all is there? So like now, what are the warnings or errors we will get? So you have to clear all the warnings, and then only you have to publish into that. So this is also one of the feature where you will get add into the checklist. Okay, if you follow this, okay, what are all the best practices you follow? So you have to tell all these things. So yesterday, even I told one of the real-time use case. I gave one assignment, right? Did you get a chance to work on that, or do I need to explain how to do that? So we took Acme test application, and then we clicked on work items. So and we took the data by using data scraping. All the items, what all the items are available in the work items. So after this, we load the data into the. So how did you do that? By using data table. Okay. So this, we have seen one of the option, that is add bulk queue items, right? Bulk add queue items. Sorry, bulk add queue items. So whatever the data is available, that means it will not. There is no applying a filter here. Whatever the data is available in the data table, all the data will be loaded into the queue. See, that is what. So most of the interview questions, you will get this question. I have a bulk data needs to be upload into the queue. So what is the option you will follow? So and then some of the candidates will ask like, what is bulk add queue items? Okay, so it doesn't require any input. Any input in the sense there is no way of filtering the data, filtering the columns. Only these columns of the data you need to be upload into the queue. So entire table we will upload into the queue, and we'll get the result. Okay, so here, so then we get what all the data has been added into the queue. Now just logging into cloud.uapub.com. Give me a second, friends. I will. Yeah, plug my chair. to orchestrator. So in the orchestrator, like now we have created a folder like now in the orchestrator, right? We have seen how to create a folder, like now how to provide a different roles to that folder, like now, and what are all the options you will get inside a folder. Okay, so in this folder right now we have created a queue. Okay, so there are 88 items in the queue. All the 88 items in the queue are in new state only. See, once you add the data into the queue, it will become a transaction. Okay, so do not confuse that. So what is the transactions? So what is the get a transaction? See, there are like a lot of activities inside a queue. We will speak about one by one. But like now, whenever you are attending an interview, if the interview asks that, like now, we will speak about. So all the items are in a new state. By default, whenever you are added data into the queue, the first status of the every queue item, that means we can call it as a transaction item, will be in a new state. So just click on this three dots, just go to view details. See, here we will able to what is WID description and then type status date. Okay. So these are all the what are the comments and what is the so when it was history is nothing but when the items has been or the queue has been created and when the items has been loaded into the queue. That is each and every transaction related. Okay. Queue item is nothing but a every transaction item. Then come to our studio. Okay. This is one of the way we have seen that. So now I would like to process each and every queue item. Okay. So for example, I'm going to take one more workflow called processing queue data. So why I am taking here flowchart? There will be a like some purpose. I will tell you that purpose. So now the data is available in queue, right? So what we have to do now? We have to take each and every data from the queue and we need to process that queue item. That means and like now we have to process each and every queue data. So for that, so there are two ways. One is get queue item or get a transaction item. See, what is the difference between get queue items and get transaction items? See, first we see the difference. This is also one of the very important activity in queues. See, for each and every interview, they will ask you this. What is the use of get queue items? See, you will get an interview question like, so I would like to get number of transaction items has been completed successfully, and I would like to generate a report of the transaction item has been failed or success. Okay, so for example, whenever you are processing a client data, so there are thousands of customers data are there. So in order to process all the thousands of customers data, so after processing it, so we have to generate the report by at the end of the at the end of the bot finish all the transactions to the customer by telling that So like now this is the customer data we have processed for today. And these are the transactions has been failed and these are the transactions have been passed successfully. That means completed successfully without any issues. So that is the status. Like now, most of the cases, like now, for each and every case, we have to send it the report finally. Okay. So in this case, when I take get queue items, come to the what is this? What is the queue name? So do you have any queue name over here? So we need to pass the queue name. So I will use queue name. So here there is no, come to the variables of this one. Queue name is outer workflow. Okay. So in this, so first of all, we will see what all the inputs data is required in order to process each and every item in that. Only queue name is enough. And so what is this? What all the options are available? Duration, and from, and then priority. So we will see like now I will set the priority as normal. Queue states. I don't want like now to take all the queue items with all the states. I would like to process only the queue is having the state new. See here, see this is one of the added advantage in the get queue items activity. When go for different queue item states, so here we will have a new state, and when the item is in progress, that means when you are working on the transaction item, so it will be automatically set. See, we don't need to set it. It will go for in progress state, and then this one whenever like no whenever a business exception happen or like no any application exception happen, so it will go for failed state. In this case you have to set it, okay, whether the transaction has been failed or success. So and then we have a successful, that means without having any issue, without having any error, if it is able to complete it, so it will go for successful state. And abandoned, so this is also a very important feature. What is abandoned? Abandoned is nothing but abandoned is nothing but, so we'll see, okay, so it will take some time to explain. And retried and then deleted. So remember, you have to remember all the queue states, queue item states, not the queue state, queue item states. That means transaction states of each and every transaction in the queue. So they will ask you that like what are the different queue item states available. So you have to explain retried and deleted and abandoned. I will explain you what are like now when it go for abandoned state, okay, and when it go for retried state. So now see if you want to generate like now a separate report for like now how many transactions has been successfully completed and how many transactions has been failed, okay. So this is the, so whenever you want to generate two different reports, just select only these two options and like now deselect all the remaining options, so you will able to get all the failed and success, and then you will take the count then you have to filter it. Okay, which one is the failed and which one is the success. So then you will get you have to apply a pivot table. We have seen, right, how to apply a pivot table in the Excel. Okay, apply a pivot table, then we will get the count. So that report they will ask, then you will send it to the customer or business, whoever the customer or business executive, whoever it might be. Okay, based on your requirements, you have to send. And then 2. So when it goes to the 2, filter items by maximum creation date. See, for example, so here in the from column, that means from property, nullable of date time. So I will give today because it's a date time. Okay. So today date I gave, and then priority I set as normal. Q items are, because we do not have any data with this status. So only we have a new, right? I will take it. And then 2, I will say later. Okay. The next and then output. What is the output? Control K, Q items in the output. So here Q name is Q name. Okay. So see, after taking the data, usually we don't need to run it from here. We directly, because the data is available in the queue, correct? So only the purpose now we are using splitting, because when we implement entire this also in this, it will take what is that, a lot of it will be a number of activities, right? So I don't want to be my workflow should be very large or very, so I need to be shorten the each and every workflow. That is the purpose. That's why we will improve the performance of an use case, as well as we will increase the debug time as well. That means whenever you get an error, so rather than going and for each and every activity and debugging, so directly we will go that particular activity and we will debug it. That is the purpose of splitting the the use case into different workflows, the number of workflows. So this is also one of the very important thing you have to explain in the interview. Okay. So for time being, what do you do? Because we don't need to write, because already data is available in a queue name. This is the queue. Come to the pagination. This is also one of the very important feature. What is the pagination? See, for example, here there are around 88 transactions are there, transaction items are there. So I would like to, I don't want to process all 88 transactions. I would like to process only 50 transactions. So here, like now we will skip. So here we have to provide a. So I would like to see, our intention is we would like to process from 88, right? So 88 out of like no 38. If I give the skip, that means it will skip the first 38 numbers and it will take from the 39th like no transaction item and it will process it. That is called skip. Okay. So, and what is stop? So here processing. Okay. Come to the properties. What is stop? So the number of items to retrieve. The maximum is 100. Okay, let it be. So hereafter, like no, we want to process like no the remaining items. That means like no, see top is it will accept only top 100 rows. That means the maximum it holds 100 records of the data, 100 transaction items for one run. Okay, so we are processing from the 38th transaction item from the row of 38. Okay, and see this is for especially like no the separate like value is for reference. Only if you have a reference of this like no transaction item, then only we will use this concept reference. Otherwise, we don't need to consider it. Okay. Anyway, like now, so we have where the data is available. See, the output of this get queue items is enumerable queue item. See, this is very important. You have to remember it. What is the output of get queue items? The output of get queue items is enumerable queue item. So it is enumerable is nothing but a collection, right? See, it is system under like no system dot collections dot generic dot enumerable of QI. Okay. So once we process it, now where the data is available under get queue items, right? So now we have to process each and every.
బ్రో చిన్న డౌట్ బ్రో. హలో,
1 minute. Okay. So
బ్రో మామూలు
where is our like no queue item is available? That means like no queue data is available in a collection. So in order to process each and every data from the collection, what we have to do, we have to use for each, right? What is this for each? So here, what is the data is available? Data is available in queue items. What is the type argument? So see here, see whenever you are processing a like now for each and every collection, so you have to see the what is the type of that each and every like a collection. What is this? This is a queue item. So we have to select browse for types and queue item. Queue item. come down. So we have, this is the UiPath dot core dot Q item. Just select this. Double click on this. Okay. For each item in the queue. So now what I need to do? So we have to process it. So here now the data is available in the like now we have retrieved the data from the like now queue and put it into queue items, and we need to process. Then see, for example, see, I'm not at all like now applying any filter over here because I have to process all the transactions. So here I would like to use set a transaction status. So what is the transaction item you are setting for? Okay. So here, whenever you are using this one, so here it is accepting transaction item, not the queue item. Okay. So in this, so this cannot be used for like now setting a status of each and every one. That means each and every transaction item. This can be used only populating the like no taking like no how many of them are under queue. That means sorry, under in the like no different states, whether in a new state or in like no successful state or like no failed state or retried state. Okay, like if you want to process for each and everything, so if it is there, I want to know that what is the like no for each and every value of like no some particular column data. Box. How do you retrieve the value from the transaction item? So for this, item dot, see whatever the like no method we are going to use, this is very important in each like no even in certification point of view as well as in the interview point of view, they will ask. So I would like to know that how do you, so there is one property called specific content. You want to retrieve a value for each and every column from the queue item or transaction item. So you have to use dot specific contains specific content. And specific content of, sorry, what is that? What is the data we have? Come over here. And here we have, what is that? If you don't know, so here description, status, okay. So I would like to get the status. Come here, pass the column name. Dot item specific content. So this is how you will pass it to the application. Anyway, like see, like no, this will whenever like no, we will not directly send it to that. So we will pass it to the application. So whatever the data is there, see here the specific content of that status, right? So for example, if we open test Acme test, right? This can be used only processing the data. See, for example, now we have this and come to home. So here checks, search for check. See, for example, now we need to set check number, okay, to this. So what we have to do? So we have to use type into, correct? So before type into, what we have to do? See, here we have attach, right? The same can be used here. What is this? Attach browser. No? See, we are indicate on screen. Check this. And then see, after attach browser, type into indicate element on screen. Here where we need to enter check number. So how we will pass the data check number here? Enter check number. So in the text, okay. So here we have to use item dot specific content of this WID. This is how we have to enter the data into the. So what is this? So it is object. So you need to convert into to string. So now the error has been gone. Okay. So after see, this is how you will enter the data into that. And then you come over here. So it can be done for each and every time, right? So usually what we do in order to work in this way. So we have to enter all this data, day, and then month and year, okay, and then click on search. So then we'll get one pop-up. We will take it, okay, and then see after this pop-up, all this empty, the data will be empty, right? Then it will go for a loop. So like that, we will capture all these details. Okay. First, we will see only one transaction. So day. So here, okay, I will take one more type into and see here whether we will able to inside day. So in this day, item dot specific content of what is that date, right? Date. So the format of the date is year, then followed by month, then day. Correct. So when it comes to here, day means what? Okay, month, right? Day means, so what is the data over here? Okay, whatever it may be. You see, day dot to string. After that, like no, I would like to split the data because see, as of now, this is into string format. So I would like to convert this into day. See, it will not accept, right? If I pass like no entire date, that means like no 2021, and then like no all these things, it will not accept because it accepts only day. So what I have to do here? I have to convert this. In order to convert into the day format, and we have to extract. So after toString, what we have to put is, see, there is one option called C date. That means converted into date. It has been converted to dot. So here day dot string. Okay. So before like no, before converting this into day, first of all we have to check whether are you able to get like no, or it is going to be extract into the day format or not. So where we will check it, we do not have any option. So before, so here I will assign. See, it is not mandatory. You should like no convert directly. You can like no convert this in if it is able to get it. Okay, and here you can create one variable. Control K day. So here I can write the same formula here. So then we will get to know the then we will get to know whether we were able to like no extract the day out of here. But like no, we were able to extract the year. You have to check. Okay, Control K day. So here we will see if we are able to get it. What is this? Okay, we'll see. We'll put debugger over here. And we will run and see. Okay, what is the we will get it over here. Now I'm clicking on save and I'm running this. So did you understand? So we used get queue items. In the get queue items, like now we get the output of, sorry, here we won't get any data. Why? Because see, we have used here from is today. What is it? So if you do not, we don't know like whether we get the data or not. So without knowing that, you would like to proceed further. So what do we have to do for this? You have to use so see whenever we are talking about uh, what is that flow chart. So I told we have to use flow decision. Flow decision is true. In the flow decision, what we put in the condition queue items dot count is greater than 0. Then only we will go here. Otherwise, it will execute the false, and then like now in the give me one second, we will drag this. And come over here. Now the condition we are able to set it. Okay. Why it is playing with me? Nonsense. So if it is not, we will throw an exception and we will properties exception is new. See, I told right. Like no, in most of the interview questions, in order to like no check whether you have a, real-time experience or not, or whether you really know UiPath or not. So they will ask you that, write a like no, how do you define a business rule exception? Because like no, when you are speaking about this, I told like no, when I were talking about like no try catch and the throw and rethrow, new business rule exception of no data found in the queue. Correct? Okay. Now save it and run. Oh, involved in Sorry. So here we have to see, here we have to select the this folder, right? Because of this we are unable to identify. So whenever you get this exception, see that too we are using, we have created a folder and we are like no you like no developing our use case in this folder only, because like no we have deployed this or we have published this process, correct? Now run. See, so no data found in the queue. Why? Because I told no, we have added like no, we put, that is the like no advantage of get queue items. So if you want to fetch the data of yesterday's, like no, see for example, where like no when we will come across this situation. So we will come across this situation when, for example, like no when the bot is running, because of some issues, the bot has stopped in middle of that processing. So there will be some like no some items has been left in the queue. So tomorrow when you like no come like no, because you are the bot supporter, you are working on production like no production support. So whenever you are like no when you come tomorrow and you have to see, because like no today you went like no you schedule it and you went like no some for some for emergency leave. So tomorrow you come and like no see that like no body is failed. So you have to process what are the items the bot has failed like not to run it. So in that case it will be useful. Got it? సో అంటే ఇప్పుడు అందరు తెలుగు వాళ్ళు కాబట్టి, సో ఐ విల్ ట్రై టు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఇన్ అవర్ నేటివ్ లాంగ్వేజ్. అంటే ఇప్పుడు ఈ రోజు వచ్చేసి మనం బాట్ రన్ చేసాం, మనం ఒక ఎమర్జెన్సీ లీవ్లో వెళ్ళిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఆ బాట్ వచ్చేసి స్టాప్ అయింది. సో క్యూ దిసి ద డేటా ఈజ్ అరౌండ్ 1000 రికార్డ్స్, 900 రికార్డ్స్ వచ్చేసి ప్రాసెస్ అయిపోయింది, ఓన్లీ 100 రికార్డ్స్ ఆర్ మిగిలి ఉన్నాయి దాంట్లో క్యూలో, అది స్టాప్ అయిపోయింది బాట్. రేపు వచ్చి మనం ఈ 100 రికార్డ్స్ని రన్ చేయాలి, ప్లస్ ఈరోజు వాల్యూమ్ ఉంటుంది కదా డేటా, మేబీ లైక్ 500 రికార్డ్స్ లైక్ 1000 రికార్డ్స్. సో వాట్ ఆర్ ద వాల్యూమ్ ఇట్ ఈస్, ఆ వాల్యూమ్ డేటాను కూడా రన్ చేయాలి. అప్పుడు మనం ఫ్రమ్ ఎస్టర్డే ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసి ఎస్టర్డే అని ఇవ్వాలి. ఓకే, సో అంటే డేటా అనేది ఎప్పుడు యాడ్ అయింది క్యూలోకి? ఎస్టర్డే. సో హౌ డు యూ గివ్ ఇట్ దట్? నౌ డాట్ యాడ్ డేస్ ఆఫ్ -1. What is this? So it will be considered as a from yesterday. Okay, so now we will run it. Ante for example, like no you come across like no after 1 week you come, so the bot has not started. Okay, it is failed in the middle of some day. So you want to start it from that when the bot is failed, and you don't want to lose like no any transaction item, because if it is like no in the production means, so nobody will want like no nobody, no none of the customer doesn't want to skip the data. So they have to process each and every data, because that is the value. Maybe it is the finance sector, banking sector, no, so it will be very cautious. So that is the purpose of using from. Okay, see నేను ఇక్కడ ఎంత ఇదే చెప్తున్నా అంటే, సో ఇదన్నీ most some of the interview questions are only in the queue. Or some of the interview questions are RE framework and queue, RE framework and queue. వాళ్ళు ఇంక వేరే ఏది అడగరు, క్యూఏ అడుగుతారు ఎక్కువ. సో what are the difference like no what is that, like activities are available in queue. Okay, what is the input you have to provide and what is the output you have to provide, and like no for each and every property you should know. what is the purpose of using that property, and what is the purpose of that property, what it does. So now I gave the bot has to run from the yesterday data. See here, we have one more, right? What is this? 2. That means 2 means that now you want to take only today data, or you want to take tomorrow's data as well. Okay, from 2 means like now we know most of the cases like now leave it blank, or like no, you see it depends anyway. Your client will provide the requirement, so you don't need to worry about like no when. How do you get to know that like no whether we have to take from or to, like no who to whom we need to ask these things and all. Clearly, they will tell you in the requirements, or PDD or SDD they will provide you. So you don't need to worry about that. Okay, because we are learning, so we need to know that. So what is the purpose of each and every property? Okay, then when you get a use case, so you should know like how to use it. That is the reason we are learning that. Correct now? Okay. ఇప్పుడు చూడండి, so we will get the data. Still we got. So what we did now that it is -1. Okay. Q items dot count Q items display Q name, where it is from display, right? Go here. With this row, view details. History is a day ago, right? Okay. Stop this block. For time being, we do one thing. We will skip it. So we don't need to see. After that, we will try each and every one. From priority, okay. We'll set the priority. We'll see the priority. The priority is normal only. Okay. So status is new. Okay. Then now save it and run it. Hey. Whether we use it, this is Q items. No data found in Q. Oh, that's what we set it. Q name. Resurrection. queue item start. Count. Count is greater than 0. So we will debug and see. Step into. So in step into two items, right? So in the watch window, queue items dot count. Oh, why? ఏమి యూజ్ చేయట్లేదు నేను few items ఎందుకు రాదు చూడాలి. Now queue items dot count. Why we got it now? So view transactions. It is a status. We gave the status is new only, and priorities normal. What is this? Yesterday is yesterday. Okay, yesterday only we gave it. Yeah. Come over here. Priority queue items, and then we gave from and queue state, correct? We'll start. So see how I am debugging. So with multiple ways, like now you have to learn, like now how to debug for each and every time whenever you get an. So now normal. Now we'll see whether we will get the data. See, one by one step you have to like now debug. Then only you will able to learn more. See, the ultimate aim is you have to learn. Correct? So whatever the issue comes, tomorrow you will able to handle it. So now we are able to get it. And by see what are the see and we check it now. Okay. First we see how it is going to enter the data into that, and then we will see like no from why it is not like not taking it. So now just click and step into like no we saw like no we talked about, right? That is one of the debugging option to go for each and every item into the step into. Then now step into. So now yeah, the data is going to be entered as a WID. So we have to be click on here. Where it is. Okay. Because it may fail. Why? Because we have like no attached a different browser. Correct, no? So here, why it was disabled. So we have come across. Okay, we'll see this whether it will enter the data or not. Oh, great! It is entered the value, and then now we'll see day. So what we supposed to get? It has to display, right? Super, yeah. We got it, no? Whatever we are expecting, that value we got it. See, if we are able to do like this, okay, definitely, like now, if they give any assignment during your interviews, you will crack it. I'm damn sure I'm telling them. But like now, you have to practice more by like no by in the real time like no how it will be the same like no there is no difference at all when you are working on the use cases like no whatever the use case. But the only thing is like no you will get more explorer. That means expose on the different like no automations. Do not assume that like no for each and everything will be same. It will be, but like no there might be some small like no logic needs to apply in that. That's it. Like no just logical thinking like no how to do that. Okay, if you have this, so what you have to extract it. So I have to extract the day. So here the same like no here, so now what we need to extract, we have to extract like no out of the month. There itself like no we have provided a lot of properties. Okay, you just come across this like now. See, I believe like no everybody understood this how we are like no if you have the data. So another way is there, so we can use split by using hyphen. Okay, the like no by split, the first one can be considered as a year, the second one can be considered as a month, and third one can be considered as a day. That is also it's possible. Well, like, but other than that like here directly we are able to get it, so we can use this. Go to properties. What is there here like now what and all we have here used, we have converted into the string. Sorry, the string can be converted into date, and then we have to dot day. So it will automatically retrieve what is the day of out of the entire date string. And then what we need to get the month. So you can get the same. Okay. So here what is this specific date of day, so it is also entered into the year and month. Okay. So what we have to use here, so either you can use type into or you can use select item, correct, no? And here also same, select item, you will pass the year as the dynamic value only. So here we never hard coded, right? Here I did not hard coded it. What are the values like now passing it from the queue, that value we are processing. So already it is like now 9:46. So tomorrow we'll see the remaining activities, like because like now see entire day like now gone through this only one activity, because that is the like no important of that activity. So okay, so did you understand, friends? Okay, thank you. Tomorrow we'll see. Hello. but I did not get any response. What happened? Are you there or not? Okay, friends, I did not get any response. So, Mahesh, ఉన్నావా పోయావరా? ఏం అసలు అడ్రస్ లేవు. నువ్వన్నా రెస్పాన్స్ ఇస్తావు అప్పుడప్పుడు. భవానీ, నా మాట వినిపిస్తున్నాయా లేదా?
వినిపిస్తుందన్న.
చూడండి ఎంత స్లోగా
వినిపించలేదు.
అన్న వినిపిస్తుందన్న.
కనీసం నేను మాట్లాడి వినిపిస్తుందా? ధనలక్ష్మి, హేమంత్, మళ్ళీ
అంటే డౌట్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు
I don't know what happened.
డౌట్స్ ఉన్న వాళ్ళు అడుగుతారేమో అని నేను కామ్ ఉన్నాను.
మా వాయిస్ వినపడట్లేదా నీకు? మేము మాట్లాడుతున్నాం.
Yeah, I would request you please check your నేను మీట్ లో లేను కదా.
వినపడుతుందన్న మీ వాయిస్.
Okay. It is much clear now. Thanks Ramachi. కనీసం 1 hour reply ఇచ్చా. Okay friends, okay, see you tomorrow. Bye. మహేష్, నీకేదో డౌట్ అన్నావుగా, డౌట్ క్లియర్ అయిందా ఇంకా ఉందా?
అవలేదన్నా, అలాగే వస్తుంది అవుట్పుట్. చూపించమంటావా?
ఓ, నా సైడ్ ప్రాబ్లం ఉంటావా? లేదే, నేను